I was wondering about that.
I know. As soon as I said that, I clicked live. Oops, whatever. You guys did not hear that, luckily. Okay. Oh, we only have one person watching. This is kind of embarrassing. Hello, you guys are watching the Mac and Cheese. Whatever. Hi, you guys are watching the Mac and Cheese podcast. I'm your host, Mary, and Felipe will be the guest. You guys know Felipe pretty well. He's been on it like 4 times. We noticed. This is the 4th, I think. So you beat Nick's record. Nick, you broke Nick's record. Nick had a record of 3 times. You beat Nick's by 1. Actually,
I'm the MVP, baby. There's no other way to put it.
You are now the MVP of this podcast officially. For guests, yes. But if you want to follow him there, please do. His Twitter is in the bio, so people should follow you because you do amazing work. As you guys know him by the one that wrote the Jameer article, and as I found out recently, that's top 20 in April, right?
Yeah.
So that's big
for A1 Sports.
That's big. Wait, what? I'm getting comments like 100. What do you mean, Willie? What do you mean? I don't know. Anyways, if you guys want me to cover a specific team, please let me know. And I know I have a I have a Raiders fan in the chat right now. So if you guys want me to cover the Bears or someone, please let me know. And I will try my best to not get mad at them. Okay. So as a lot of people know, I did go to the NFL draft, and I know I was live on Willie's podcast on day 2, actually. Thanks, Willie. He says we're amazing because we got 100. Let's go. I will be uploading my draft footage on tomorrow, officially. Tomorrow or Sunday. I've been hinting at it for a while. I need to put it up. It's going to include my interaction with Tom Grossi. You know what? Do I breaking news, Felipe? You already know this. Do I do it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's roll.
Justin. Might as well, yeah. Speaking of Tom Grossi will be making a comeback. His 2nd time on the podcast. You guys know Johnny Parks as Tom's editor. He will also be coming on. The one that wrote our intro music, Daniel Clintworth, will also be on. Oh, speaking of Nick.
He's speaking of Nick.
Hey, Nick. We were just talking about you in a good way. And I think it was caught on live. Hi, Nick.
I only left Packers talk because I knew Nick could handle the workload. I trust him.
I trust Nick as well. Nick is amazing. He's one of our moderators that's in chat right now. That's why he has the blue brunch. I gave Nick moderator permission because I trust him. Okay. We are talking about the NFL draft. It's the 2025 NFL draft. Should we start with the wide receiver?
You want to go by rounds? Like round 1, round 2?
Sure, we can.
So I was live streaming the draft on the Cheeseheads Brazil YouTube channel, right? And I think I was stunned for about like 5 to 10 minutes. We had a friend over, like Ricardo Gonçalves. He's a Brazilian draft analyst, one of the best we have, and he was in love with Matthew Gold. He loved him from the whole pre-draft process, but he knew that considering how the Packers did not draft a wide receiver in the last 22 years, it was probably not going to happen.
Right.
And then it happened.
Right.
I swear to God, he was on the verge of tears, man. Not literal tears, but he was.
Yeah.
I'd say he was more stunned than I was, and I was pretty stunned.
Ooh, Nick has a hot take in chat. You know what?
Let me see.
By Christian Watson.
So have you actually seen the?
Yeah. Romeo.
Have you seen the tweet from Christian Watson's dad? Like he's saying, "Oh, where does Golden gonna fit on the offense?" And then Justice Mosqueda retweeted something like that meme from the guy putting his hands on the shoulder of the other guy or something like that.
Yeah.
Do we tell him? How should we tell him?
Exactly.
I think an offense with Golden and Watson will be a top 5 dangerous offense in the league.
Agree.
But Christian needs to stay healthy. Obviously, not his fault.
Right. Because he is. Wait.
He's only going to return around December, according to his father. And also, Justin said something. What I lost it. Wait. Okay, so Justin's saying that Romeo Dobbs is not going to be traded. That's my guess as well.
Okay.
But we never know because the Packers have Reed, Weeks, Williams, and Golden under contract for 2026. So it's not like they have to keep him. But I'm going off topic. I'm going back to the draft.
Yeah, go ahead.
I love the selection. He's gonna be the deep threat, the number 1 option as a deep threat.
I love how you said that. Yep.
Yeah, and because the Packers need that guy to stretch the field vertically. That's something that Christian Watson does so well that opens up so many underneath concepts for Reed, for Weeks, for Kraft. So they need that guy, and with him sideline until December, I'd say he's going to be Golden is going to be that guy. But I really like the pick.
No, Justin, I think Justin was asking for the reaction to the Matthew Golden pick. At Lambeau, you could not even hear like people talking on stage. You couldn't even hear like Matthew Golden shout like Green Bay on 3 or whatever it was. You could not even hear that. That's how loud we were. We were screaming on top of our lungs. People were crying. People were jumping up and down, like screaming Green and Golden right away. It's crazy. The legacy. 22 years, like he said. It's interesting, is all I'm going to say.
In case anyone wants to see my reactions, is recorded on the live.
So I will. One of my friends did record my section's reactions of drafting Golden, and I will screen record them and I will post them to the video of the draft. I met, as some of you guys know, Ash in the NFL on Twitter or something, or Instagram. I actually met her, and she's amazing. She's a big Instagrammer, and she's a Packer fan from London, like British, UK. And she's amazing. She recorded the reaction to Golden pick, like when we were screaming off at the top of our lungs. And I want to say a couple of things. I actually talked to a Longhorn fan yesterday, and that audio and interview will be up tomorrow. Actually, we talked about Golden and Terrell, and also the Titans wide receiver a little bit, because I wanted to know information about him. So Golden has no. Oh, sorry. I think we're doing Raiders next. There's a Raiders fan in chat that wants me to break down the Raiders draft next. You guys heard it. Golden is from the Texas Longhorns, pick 23, which is historic. No major injury history. Also didn't do special teams at all. Like didn't return kicks, didn't return punts, because that's what I was wondering right away. Because as we knew, Reed did that. And I didn't like that idea.
A difficult thing, especially for teams picking like late in the draft, like the Packers usually do, it's getting that combo of upside and production in college. But if you look at a guy like Golden, for example, he's coming off a career high at college, not only in Texas, but career high in college in targets, receptions, yards per catch, touchdowns. So the production is there.
Agreed.
And there's the obvious upside with him.
Yeah. So his quarterback was Quinn Ewers at the time. He caught the ball at 4th and 13 to win the game. That was a couple years ago, I think, during the semifinals. It might have been this year against Ohio State. I can't remember, but he caught a 4th and 13
Yeah, it was. It was that game.
Yep.
It was.
So he caught that. So we know we're used to that. Get ready for that, Packer fans. He will be Jordan Love's main target, is what she basically told me. It's going to be Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden, and Tucker Kraft for the main targets for Jordan Love, I think. And that's like not a big issue. So a lot of people did not have him in the first round, mostly in the later second, apparently, because of his speed, which is interesting.
You saying this about Matthew Golden?
Yeah.
He ran a 4:29 on the 4-yard dash.
Yep. But a lot of people didn't think that was fast enough or something.
That was the second fastest time at combine.
Oh, really?
Which is weird. Which is weird. My guess going into the draft was that there was going to be 3 receivers picked in the first, with McMillan, Egbuka, and Golden. I'm trying to remember if there was another one, but I think it didn't.
I don't think so.
I want to say it was only those 3. Mm-hmm. But I'm kind of surprised to hear that because he was a fast receiver at the combine.
Yeah, so I'll post the interview tomorrow that I did with her so you guys can hear all the breakdowns of the 3 players that we discussed. One thing that was interesting is it was the first receiver, as Felipe said, since 2002, and the number 22. We have to dive in on this. What was your first thoughts when you saw
that? I had no problem with him wearing 81. Some people didn't like it, but 22 is, 22 is just not. I'm going to put this in. I'm not sure how, Mary, you are familiar with soccer, but maybe some folks in the chat will get this. But a wide receiver wearing number 22 is the same as a goalkeeper wearing number 9. It doesn't match, has no aura.
Okay.
But I mean, if he, like Aaron Nagler said, if he balls out and have a spectacular season, no one's going to care about what jersey number he's wearing.
Agreed.
No one's going to care about it.
Agreed.
But at least for me, he Golden drop some points in aura with the 22 jersey number. But now we hope for the best, and hopefully we will not care about it by the end of the season.
Exactly. Catch 22, it's perfect. LOL. Okay. For me, here's the thing. Is his grandmother's favorite number was 2, and that's why he basically wore 2 in Texas. But as we know, Malik Willis has it. Apparently, Golden did not ask Malik Willis for 2. So be it. I don't really care about it. People were telling Willis to give it up. I don't think Willis should give it up. I'll be honest. I think Willis
and my guess is that Golden's gonna be number 2 next year because Willis is gonna be a free agent. So I don't think the Packers are going to sign him.
And here's the thing: James thinks Willis won't be back, or James thinks Willis will be back. But I agree. I don't think he will. I don't
think he will be back.
No, I agree.
He's probably going to have a market more than what the Packers would offer for him. Like, he's a backup. He has value. I know he's a backup quarterback.
But he has value now.
He has value now.
Exactly.
He's gone. He's 100% gone. Especially when you consider that the Packers have a very tight cap outlook next year.
Yep.
That I tweeted out yesterday, and I got a massive rage by Aaron Nagler.
Right.
So they're not going to retain. I'll be shocked if that happens.
No, agreed. But the second 2 comes from the wide receiver, the first wide receiver since 2002. And okay, here's another thing. I personally loved Mark Murphy announcing this pick. I know that's a lot of another thing that people were mad about. I personally loved it. James, he's not coming back.
Yeah.
James says I hope he can come back for Willis. No. Cap.
Look, if the Packers, I mean, it's always nice to have a reliable backup quarterback.
Right.
If Malik Willis is not on the roster last year, the Packers do not make the postseason.
Yes.
That does not happen.
Good
So
point.
it's valuable to have a backup quarterback, but with so many potential holes on the roster, like I think there's up to 5, 6 stars who could be free agents next year. So Zach Tom, who's going to resign, the Packers are going to bring him back.
Yep, agreed.
Rashid Walker, Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs, Sean Ryan, and Quay Walker. But Goody said he wants to sign Walker for the long term.
Right.
But there could be those 6 hitting free agency.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to have to save as much cap as possible. I think there's no way the Packers will spend extra money. It's not going to be much, I guess, but I don't think they're going to spend extra cap on a backup quarterback. They're probably going just to draft a replacement.
I can see that. Sorry. I don't know what that's about. Someone just asked me a question. But as far as for Matthew Golden goes, Mark Murphy, that's where I was going with this. I personally loved Mark Murphy announcing this pick. I know that's another thing that a lot of people didn't like at the draft. I get it. It's history. It's probably his last pick that he will ever make in NFL history.
Have you seen the clip of Murphy announcing the pick on?
I have.
The clip provided by I think it was the NFL.
I have.
The pop from the crowd is absolutely insane. Mm-hmm. It's soccer worthy type of pop. And I have been to a lot of soccer games in Rio. That's something that I think people around the world have you judge a lot on American crowds because they say people like don't make noise, don't sing, which I know it's part of the culture. I'm not judging, I'm just saying what it is. Right. But hearing that kind of pop, it was something that I could resemble with a lot of atmospheres I have been at in previous games that have been soccer. So that was amazing. That was an amazing development to see.
Right. I loved how Mark Murphy announced the first pick. I knew it was going to be either the first pick or last pick, honestly. He had to do it. He had to do one of them. I just think the Packers did it right by announcing a wide receiver round 1 at Lambeau.
No, and he even made a pause before. Oh, I want to say
exactly. After. He even made a pause before the
game. Yeah, wide receiver, then pause.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Then it was brilliant. It was brilliant made.
He did a wonderful job at announcing it. Okay. Do we want to go on to Anthony Belton?
Belton. Let's go.
Offensive tackle from NC State.
The thing is, he was a reach.
Agreed.
He was like 90-something on the consensus board. The Packers took him at 55, 54.
54. Yep.
But if he has a good year, no one's gonna care if it was a reach. Like we can talk about on what we have now. It was a reach. Right now, that's the storyline. But to me, it seems that the Packers are trying to build a let's punch you in the mouth type of offensive line. Right. Pretty much like the Eagles, because I'm not sure if you have seen this, Mary, but the Eagles O-line from the Super Bowl was the heaviest to ever win a Super Bowl. And I think the heaviest feature in a Super Bowl overall, I think.
Oh, wow.
To me, it's no coincidence that the Packers are trying to add big bodies up front. Like Belton's a big dude. He's a big dude. To me, it's no coincidence that the Packers are adding big bodies up front after the Eagles just dominated their way into the postseason. So I think, and also you can never have too much protection for Jordan Love. Like he had a knee injury last year, groin injury, and we have seen how a not 100% Jordan Love can affect the offense.
Right.
The Packers went their way a lot of times out of under center. They went a lot of shotgun, and that impacted the game plan, the playbook. So, I mean, this Belton pick basically tells me I guess he's going to play left tackle, but he could shift inside. I think he's too big to play on an inside, and that probably tells me that Jordan Morgan is going to be a guard in the future. I know that Matt LaFleur said that Morgan is going to compete with Walker for the left tackle job, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I know about the consensus board, but I'll never have a problem with the Packers addressing the trenches early. I just think there was better value. That's it.
No, agreed. And something else, did you realize this, Felipe? Someone had to tell me this. There was 2 Longhorns in last year's Super Bowl. Well, 3.
Xavier Worthy.
Yep. And there was 2 on the Eagles, possibly.
Who's the other? Wait a minute.
I don't know. That's what a Longhorn fan told me, and it's interesting. The Packers chose 2 Longhorn
among
players.
Those 3, I just know from the Chiefs that was Xavier Worthy.
Nick, if you know, that'd be great.
Wait a minute. Let me check this out. I just want to make sure that I'm right about Worthy.
Because that's when someone told me, and that'd be interesting.
Yeah, so Xavier Worthy was from Texas, so that's one of them.
Okay. So there's 2 more then. Apparently there was 3.
But I mean, if Belton can prove to be a reliable starter, we don't know yet. I said, the current storyline was that he was a reach.
Right.
But he ends up having a good rookie year, makes the Pro Bowl in the future or whatever. No one's gonna care about the reach.
James, we're not going to discuss Jair just because I have no idea. And plus, we have limited amount of time too. So that's why I'm like, it's kind of skipping Jair. That's a whole mess right there. Okay. Next round pick is Savion Williams, wide receiver, round 3, pick 87 from TCU.
So that I had Williams on a mock like 2 weeks before the draft at 87 to the Packers.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I kind of nailed that. Okay. I like it a lot. The thing with him is that he's going to make the most crazy catches, but also drop the most easy passes. That's something that the Packers are going to have to work on with him. But people, and I even wrote about this, people were saying that he can be Green Bay's Deebo Samuel. But
yes.
The thing is, he's actually taller, and I think he's 220. I think Deebo's 215. So he's a big dude. He's bigger than Deebo.
Yeah.
The best way for the Packers to get him going early, just get him in space and get him the ball quickly and let him make defenders miss. Because I'll tell you what, defensive backs will not want to tackle him on a cold night in December at Lambeau Field. It's going to be tough.
Agreed.
But this guy has a lot of promise. Like I said, the thing with the cat, I think he had 8 drops last year. I'm not sure if I'm mistaking him for someone else. But the thing, the main point is that he makes a lot of tough catches, but he drops some easy passes.
No, agreed.
And we do not need more drops.
Agreed.
Enough with the drops.
I will say he hosted Golden at TCU. This is where Golden first went before the Houston team, and then Houston, he went to transfer portal from Houston to Texas, from what I understand.
Yeah.
My friend Peter, as you guys know, he's a Bears fan. He actually wanted Savion Williams. Bears wanted him.
I'm just gonna quickly
go ahead.
Let me see if I can find it, because Justin asked something that I'm interested at.
It's predictions about the schedule.
Yeah. So whatever happens, I just hope the Packers play Week 1 at Lambeau, because the last time they played at Lambeau, it was in 2018. It's about damn time.
Mm-hmm.
It's about damn time. I was happy last year because they playing like right around the right around the street.
Yeah.
But they need to play week 1 game at Lamb. It's about time.
Agreed. Also, I love how you mentioned Debo, because from what I understand, he's also like a Cordell Patterson is a name I've been hearing as well.
It's a mix of both. We can say
Yeah,
that.
I can see that. Should we go on to Barron Sorrell from Texas?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Barron Sorrell, edge, as you guys know him, round 4, pick 124. Interesting. Edge from Texas.
Have you seen his post-draft interview?
I have. I've watched all of them.
It was very powerful. Like people that some guys that were in that room said they had never experienced a post-draft interview like that.
Oh wow! Man,
And,
sorry.
Oops. The set's gonna fall on you. Be careful.
If you guys are wondering, that's Paul Hornig. Paul.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
That's his Heisman Trophy award. And then the other one that dropped is Bart Starr. No.
Yeah.
Wait. No. Brett Favre. Bart Starr.
So I like the Sorrell pick. I did not think he was going to be available at day 3. Day 3. But
wait, we picked him on day 3 though.
Yeah.
You said you didn't think we would be picked like later on.
No, I was not expecting him to be available at day 3. Let me see if I can pull up the tweet I made about him. So I just don't spill out wrong info. Okay, so Sorrell, like I said, and I said it with Golden in the first round, but the Packers found a guy in day 3 with Sorrell that has upside and production as well. Mm-hmm. He had career high in pressure, sacks and tackles at Texas last year. He's also has that versatility trait that the Packers like. He can play it inside, outside. Mm-hmm. I guess the Packers are going to use him outside. That's most likely scenario. Okay. But they can move him around. Mm-hmm. That's important.
Mm-hmm. From what I've had is he wanted to stay in the green room all 3 days of the draft. And if you guys heard his story, the fact that he wanted to stay there all 3 days says something. And apparently he paid his own way because he was only supposed to be there for day 1 or something. His family and him spent the extra money to let him stay at Green Bay for the draft, is what the interview that I was heard yesterday. Texas played a 3-4 system, which is confusing, but okay. I also asked about the rivalry between A&M and Longhorns because of Edgerrin Cooper, as we know. For those that do not know, Longhorns and A&M is like the Packers and Bears, kind of.
I was not aware of that.
It's like the Packers and Bears. It's like the Dolphins and the Chiefs, or that's a bad combination. It's like it's a rivalry. It's a big rivalry.
Of that, I'll probably have to start watching college football because I watch some games, but I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, me neither.
I'll probably have to start watching because of work. So the guys who are watching, please drop a team for me to root for. Drop it in the chat, please.
I know what James is going to say.
I'm taking all suggestions. Please,
you might regret
leave it in the
comments. So it's like so she said that they would play well with each other, but make friendly bets. How the players do it all the time. Like, if we win, you have to wear our jersey. Stuff like that. She said that's going to happen.
And that's awesome to building team chemistry.
Right.
That those type of
agree.
I don't want to say relations, but those types of oh my god, I forgot the word. My brain's freezing. But these kinds of things are good for building chemistry. I have the term right at the tip of my tongue, but I know in Portuguese. But I'm not trying to. I can't think in English.
Okay.
But those things are good for building chemistry. That's the point.
No, agreed. One thing to know is Barron stayed in Golden's hotel till 1 a.m. until Golden was drafted. And then it turned out Golden was the first one to text Barron when he was drafted. So it like worked out that way. Tom Grossi was supposed to announce his pick. However, because Barron was there, Roger Goodell did it. That was the first pick.
And Roger Goodell, I think Goodell told him that he was going to announce beforehand. Yep. Before.
Yep. That's correct.
That was great.
That's correct. Okay. Colin Oliver, the 5th round pick, went 59. I have no idea.
I love this dude.
Okay.
I'm gonna play a little game right now if you're okay with it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna break down his selection entirely in Portuguese.
Okay.
And you have to figure out after I finish what I'm saying. Is that okay?
No.
I'll explain everything accordingly. Okay. Do not worry.
Okay.
So, então, cara, o Colin Oliver, ele joga de tudo. Just a heads up, you might pick up some words.
Okay.
Like you're familiar. Cara, o Colin Oliver é um cara que joga de pass rusher, joga de linebacker, joga de slot. É um cara muito versátil. Assim, faz de tudo, é basicamente um queijo suíço. Então, assim, acho que tem N maneiras que o Jeff Hafley pode usar ele na defesa. Eu duvido que ele jogue de slot na NFL, porque ele é um cara grande. Mas, assim, pode jogar de edge. Provavelmente vai ser edge, vai jogar de linebacker. Basicamente, ele pode ser um Savion Williams da defesa. Assim, tem um zilhão de coisas que você pode fazer com ele. E ele teve um pass rush win rate de 31,8% ano passado, que é absolutamente bizarro. Tudo bem que foram só 46 snaps, né? Mas 31,8 é totalmente bizarro. Eu acho que isso foi um steal do Packers, mesmo um valor absurdo. E eu tô bem empolgado, porque ele geralmente entra bem no frame do que o Brian Gutekunst gosta em edge rushers, né? Eu acho que essa dupla dele com o Sorrell pode dar muitos frutos. E para o Lucas Van Ness e para o Shangar também. I'm done, and I'm assuming that you have no idea what I just said.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of it, but I'm like, wait, what?
So I'm gonna... I love Colin Oliver. He can do everything. Back in college, he played edge, linebacker, in the slot. He literally plays a slot corner. It was like
60
snaps.
Wow.
So he really can do everything. He could be like a Savion Williams version of the defense, because there are so many things that Jeff Hafley can do with him. And that is so fun to think about, because Jeff Hafley is a good damn defensive mind.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that has the potential to bring the most out of everybody on the front seven. I'm not sure how much playing time he's going to get, but I'd say, and look, I'm very excited about Barry Sorrell, but I'd say I'm more excited about Colin Oliver than Sorrell.
Okay. I'm looking at the time too while we're doing this.
No, I have it under control.
Okay. Oh my gosh, where did it go? I have all the Packers picks and I lost it. Oh, got it. Okay. Round 6, pick 198, Warren Brinson.
That was Michael Robinson, the Tom pick.
Oh, no, it wasn't. That's later. Tom was round 7. They pushed him back.
Yeah. Oh, round six was Warren Brinson, right?
Yep.
The
The defensive tackle from Georgia Bulldogs.
To me, basically, the Packers needed someone to replace TJ Slayton, especially in run defense.
Okay.
TJ Slayton was ESPN's best graded interior defensive lineman against the run.
Mm-hmm.
And Brinson has been a very reliable run defender back in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had an 83.1 PFF grade in run defense last year, which is very good.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also giving me big Jamal Williams energy. I'm not sure if you have seen his interviews.
I've seen so I've seen all of the Packer rookie minicamp post interviews kind of, but I'll have to watch more interviews kind of about all these players. Apparently, I'm excited.
He seems to be a fun dude to hang around.
Okay.
So that's probably a guy who's going to fit in the rotation, especially second and short, third and short. Mm-hmm. But he needs to work on pass rush techniques to have a better chance to succeed at the NFL. The Packers are trusting big time DeMarcus Covington to improve the defensive line.
Right.
And maybe he can elevate him as well. We'll see.
Okay. I don't know if you saw this, but I saw that he got arrested in college, though.
Brinson?
Yeah, I can send you the article. I saw.
I'm looking that up.
It was something to do with TikTok. I'm not gonna say what he did, but because I don't know if it's true.
Yeah. That's smart. Oh, okay. I have it. I have the.
Yeah, I saw that, and I'm like,
I mean, I'm gonna trust the Packers did their homework.
Yeah, I mean, we could say the same thing with Brandon McManus. That's another big one. And then it's
I told you this on another stream.
Mm-hmm.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Right.
Especially with what he was accused of. Which is very, very serious.
Right.
But I'm trusting the Packers did their homework, and if he ever found to be guilty, then he should get the hell away out of
it. Agreed. No, agreed. And here's the thing I'm going to say about this. I'm going to only say this once. I'm not going to bring this ever up unless if I have a Ravens fan. Ravens with their kicker. What? He was released, and I'm like, Predator brought this up. It's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. There was no evidence out yet. There was, but that was from 2015 or something, so it's old. It's now coming out, but he was never found guilty in court, so why did he get released? It's
one of my guesses is that he's washed. No, and that's tough to say about Justin Tucker, who's one of the best kickers in NFL history.
No, I know, but
go ahead, Mary. Sorry.
It's it's the same thing with Brandon McManus. He was released, but then he was picked up. So what's gonna happen? That's just my take on it. I needed to rant a little bit. Okay. Round 7, 237. This is Micah Robinson, the cornerback from Tulane.
This is also Tom Grossi's pick.
Yep. So for those that do not know of, I know James was there. We actually had a whole Tom Grossi rant, chant going. We were the ones that was screaming Grossi, 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 Grossi until basically he came on stage. However, ESPN did not show it at all, apparently. So if you guys want to see what he said, go on my YouTube. I posted it as a separate video for you guys. Because I heard ESPN did not show it. Only NFL did. And NFL and ABC. ESPN did not show it. Just saying that. But yes.
This pick was interesting for a few reasons.
Okay.
It was the first cornerback and the only one, by the way.
Right.
They took in the draft. Yeah. So that tells me two things. One, and most important, they are trusting the hell out of Jeff Heffley to maximize talent, which is fair because he's a good defensive mind.
Right.
Also, with all the developments that have now happened since, there's a solid chance Jerry Alexander will return. At least from the latest reports that we have, that they're trying to come to a solution that will keep him on the team. Uh, which is good because the Packers are not going to get anything in return for Jerry Alexander at this point.
Agreed.
So the best scenario, the best case scenario now is him returning. And honestly, I think a secondary with Jair, uh, Xavier McKinney, Evan Williams, even
Right.
Jalen Buller, Nate Hobbs,
Yeah, exactly.
could be a really good secondary. But going back to the pick, like Robinson was a guy that was probably going to be available as a UDFA.
Agreed.
He has kind of short arms. He's not the fastest guy.
Okay.
But the Packers spent a pick on him, so they see something in him, and I'm not going to disagree with the folks who are evaluating tight end inside 1265. I just think value, and how much value can you get in the 7th round? But
right.
I guess he was going to be available when draft ended.
Probably.
But maybe they took a shot on him. They get him under the 4-year contract.
Right.
So maybe they see something that could be developed. I do not know.
Right.
But now we just have to hope for the best.
Really quick take is Barry Sorrell only played college for 3.5 years. He graduated a half year earlier. He graduated a whole year earlier than he was actually supposed to. That's what the interviewer said yesterday as well. I just forgot to mention that.
That's interesting.
Yeah. She broke it down like because she went to BRF, which is their stadium, I think. BRK, something like that. That's their stadium. And she broke it down very, very well about why and their stadium. Like they do like tailgating as much as the Packers, if not better. So it's with the energy, it's going to fit well. And then we have the final pick, round 7, pick 250, John Williams, O-line, Cincinnati.
Listen, I absolutely love this pick.
Okay.
The Packers, I think Brian or Matt at the floor. One of them said that they were surprised Williams was available because he's a guy with production in college. And let me see if I'm gonna pull up I made a tweet about him. Let me see. So I don't spill out wrong with info. So John Williams, over the last 2 years at Cincinnati, right? He had 874 pass blocking snaps, which is a lot.
Okay.
He allowed only 3 sacks. He had a 99.8 pass blocking efficiency and no sacks allowed on true pass sets, which a true pass set is a standard 4-man rush for the defense and no screens or like this quick design plays for the opposite, like a true drop back for a quarterback.
Okay.
He allowed no sacks in 100 and 251 snaps, which is awesome.
That's crazy.
And I think he was a top 5 tackle in the country in pass blocking graders. I think Mark O'Dockris from Cheesehead TV tweeted this out. He was a top 5 offensive tackle in pass blocking grade, I think, among the nation. And the Packers got him in the 7th round.
That's crazy.
Crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I love the pick. I think it's interesting, though, that the Packers listed him as an offensive guard. So maybe he's going to play inside because we know how thin and depth the Packers were, which was exposed by Jalen Carter in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, but I think the Packers overall did a good job of finding value on day 3. Sorrell, Colin Oliver, John Williams. I think Goody nailed these three guys.
Agreed.
And I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. Now I have to see what happens in OTAs, training camp, preseason.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Agreed. Sorry, the troll fell. The one that you called AJ Dillon fell. It fell. And that's why I'm like over here.
Their size very mindful of AJ Dillon.
Yes.
I know. It was. I think it's good we talk about Jerry because James asked on the.
A lot of people asked about it. Really quick, I'm going to say this once for all. The Packers cannot bring back Rasul Douglas.
Technically,
that everywhere.
Technically, they could not until last year, but now they can. No, sorry, I think they couldn't trade for
next
him.
Year. It's next year. They can't.
It is?
It's 2 years. We traded him in 2023.
Oh, that I was thinking about 2020. No, wait a minute.
It was 2023 when we did it. I looked it up in the line for Luke Musgrave.
Rasul Douglas. Wait, hold up. Rasul Douglas. Yeah, Rasul Douglas was traded in 2023. That's right.
We cannot do it until 2026, like Justin said.
I thought it was 2022. That's why I thought it was.
No, you're fine.
We could do it this year.
I've seen so many tweets about that, so I had to come out and finally say it. We cannot do it, guys. It's impossible. As much as I would love it, it's impossible to do. Do you have any final thoughts?
I think this was a strong class by Goody. Like I like the round 1. Day 3 was solid as well. Day 2 has potential, although value was not exactly right with Belton. Well, like I said, he balls out. None of this is going to matter. And I think the pieces that we have and with coaching, like the Packers are hopeful for Heffley and DeMarcus Covington. This team could make some noise. In the end, they already made some noise last year. They were like a top 4 team, based on record. But I think this team can take the leap from good to great. They did not take this last year.
Agreed. However, this schedule is tougher this year, but I agree.
The home schedule is brutal.
Yeah.
The road schedule is a bit lighter.
Right.
But I would not say it's a cakewalk either. But the home schedule is absolutely insane. I don't know if I've seen it, but the 3 NFC North teams, the Panthers that could be good, we don't know.
Right.
Then the Bengals, the Eagles, the Ravens, and the Commanders. Absolutely brutal.
Yeah, and then we also play the Browns at home.
No, the Browns is a road game.
Oh no!
It's the Ravens and the Bengals at home.
Okay.
And the Steelers and the Browns away.
Okay.
Hopefully the Steelers game is in Pittsburgh because I do not want to see.
It sounds like it's going to be. According to the reports, it sounds like it's going to be.
My guess, and assuming in a world where Aaron Rodgers is signed with Pittsburgh, that's probably the Week 1 Monday Night Football game. But up to this point, we don't have anything, so that's probably not going to happen.
That'd be fun.
But in a scenario which he signed with them early, that's 100% the Monday Night Football game. From Week 1.
100% at that point. Thank you so much for coming on again. As we said, this is your 4th time coming back. You're okay with this, you should come back on to break down undrafted free agents because I have not looked at any of them yet. I have not looked at the list, honestly. I need to do it.
So,
like a different episode.
I'm going to Google up the Packers off-season practice schedule.
Yeah, for sure.
So, let me see. Practice dates. OTA is going to be made from May 27 until June 5th.
Okay.
So let's leave with something here. I'll be back in the first week of June.
You guys just heard it.
First week of June, start OTAs. We're breaking down hopefully some more news. We'll have the schedule to talk about.
Right. You know what's actually funny?
What?
The first week is my birthday. The first week of June is my birthday.
What is it's June what?
June 6th on June Friday. 6th.
Awesome.
Also did a podcast on the week of my birthday. I don't care. I mean, to be fair, we were supposed to do one on your birthday. So
yeah, but that was my fault because I had some unexpected terms, but it was something that
Thank you, Justin. My point was we can live stream on my birthday. I don't care.
If you're cool with it, I'm cool.
What? I'm cool with it. It's a
Friday. Fine by me.
You guys just heard it. June 6th is going to be a live stream or pre-recorded, whatever you decide.
I gotta come back more times, but that I'll kickstart that by coming back on June 6th. Hopefully, we'll do a lot of streaming this upcoming season.
Yep, agreed. Where can people find you, and what do you have coming up next?
So I'm mostly on Next, on @Felipe, but I think I'll be mostly retweeting articles, like for at least for the next 2 months, because there's not much going around this time of the year. But I'm the same user tag on Blue Sky.
Yeah.
And that's mostly what I've been doing. I'm writing at least twice a day for A-Film Sports. I'm going to tone it down for zone coverage starting next week. I'll be going down from 4 articles to 2 because there's not much to talk about.
Right.
But I go back to 4 again around late July when everything starts to pick up, like training camp, preseason. And we just keep working, keep building relationships, connections, because that's part of the ride that makes everything so much more fun.
For sure. And for me, I said before, I interviewed Catherine, the Longhorn fan. That should be coming out tomorrow. Draft footage might come out on Sunday, knowing my schedule this week. I'm literally busy. So the thing is, I'm literally busy every single day next week. It's one thing after another. It's literally like Monday through Friday, I'm busy. Well, you know what's happening on Monday. I just can't say it on live. What I told you in.
Oh yeah, you told me.
That's happening Monday, and I'm super excited for that. I can't say it.
I'll be watching. I'll be watching.
I mean, I'll let you know probably right away, but I can't say it on here yet. What's happening for reasons, as you know. And I did not mention this, but Andy Herman is coming on Tuesday. However, that's going to be a pre-recorded episode. I already decided on that. Justin, you kind of know already the surprise. Not really, though. The Andy Herman episode will be up on Saturday.
So just one thing. We were talking about Rob from Sounds Good and how he was like nowhere to be found. He tweeted like a minute ago.
What?
He tweeted. He was Xing. He was Xing like a minute ago.
Has one of the crap. I'm gonna get him back for that now. Rob, he's watching the live. Rob, where are you? I'm gonna get him back. I was gonna say something, but I won't. Okay. Do you have anything else coming up, Felipe, that you want to tell me?
I told you about some potential big news before.
Right, but you probably shouldn't say it on the live. I'll let you.
I'm not going to say it what it is, but I think that will probably line up to happen. So I should have some pretty big news to share, maybe in the next 2 weeks. It's not up to me at this point,
right?
But I should have some really fun news.
It is super exciting news. If you guys think I Met Evan Williams is big enough, no. We do have a lot of fun people coming up. just be on the lookout for whoever's next, because I don't know the schedule. Felipe doesn't know his schedule. It's gonna be really, really fun. Okay, do you have any final, or do you want to say anything else before I play the ending video? It's up to you.
You know, I was trying to think about a Brazilian saying that, yeah. So what I'm gonna say is, não coloque os pés nas mãos.
What?
Which is, let's have, and I'm basically saying because of my tweet yesterday. But we can think about the future, but let's have some fun on this 2025 year. Like, we all want what's best in the long term of the Packers, but we should also be able to have some fun while navigating what could be maybe the year for another Super Bowl run. But I think being optimistic is always the way to go. Obviously, everything's not going to be perfect all the time. But I'm big on adopting a positive view for whatever is happening or would happen.
I love that. And if you guys haven't seen here, I'll move my head. This is my new Packer studio, Packer corner, as my mom and I call it now. A lot of the pop figures are figurines.
That's awesome. I love this.
Over here, I have Johnny Bark's autographs on the back of this poster. This is my podcast poster. My microphone's right now. I have Andy Herman. I have Aaron Nagler. Luke Musgrave. I met him. Waited 2.5 hours in the line for him.
Ow.
Yeah. On the first day. But I just want to say, everyone, that we will be back with more content better than ever. And there might be breaking news. Might be. I don't know. If there's Jair news, I might go live, like, randomly. But yeah. Other than that, have a nice day, everyone. And go Pack Go.
Go Pack Go.